What's up everyone? Rohit here, and today we're diving into something I've been really excited to talk about, SQL Server 2025. Now this isn't just another incremental update. Microsoft is packing some seriously impressive and frankly game-changing features into this release. Welcome to our deep dive into SQL Server 2025, currently in public preview and packed with groundbreaking features. Let's explore the top 10 enhancements that are set to revolutionize your database experience. We're talking about a significant leap forward, especially in how SQL Server embraces and integrates artificial intelligence, making it more than just a place to store your data. It's becoming an intelligent engine to power your next-generation applications. Over the next few minutes, we'll break down what I think are the most impactful new capabilities, from native AI functionalities that will simplify complex tasks to performance boosts and security enhancements that you'll definitely appreciate. There's a lot to cover. Think of this public preview as our first real hands-on look at the future of Microsoft's flagship database platform. It's a chance for us, the community, to see these features in action, understand their potential, and maybe even start planning how we can leverage them. So, if you're a developer, a DBA, or just someone interested in where data platforms are heading, you're in the right place. We're going to go through these top 10 features one by one, giving you the rundown on what they are, why they matter, and the kind of impact they could have on your workflows and your applications. Some of these are long-awaited, others are innovative surprises, but all of them point towards a more powerful, more integrated, and smarter SQL Server. So grab your coffee, settle in, and let's get into the exciting world of SQL Server 2025. This is going to be good. Alright, kicking things off with a big one: built-in AI capabilities, specifically focusing on native support for vector data types, indexing, and how this streamlines retrieval augmented generation, or RAG patterns. Now, if you've been anywhere near the AI space, vector embeddings are fundamental for things like semantic search, recommendation engines, and basically making sense of unstructured data in a way that machines can understand similarity. Previously, integrating this with SQL Server often meant external tools, complex ETL pipelines, or specialized databases. SQL Server 2025 is changing that by bringing vector support directly into the engine. This is huge because it means you can store, index, and query vector embeddings alongside your traditional relational data, all within the same system, using familiar TSQL. This native integration massively simplifies the architecture for AI-powered applications. Think about building a sophisticated Quanda system over your company's documents. With native vector support, you can generate embeddings for your documents, store them in SQL Server, and then, when a user asks a question, you can convert that question into an embedding and efficiently find the most relevant document chunks using vector similarity search. This is the core of RAG, which enhances large language models by providing them with specific relevant context from your own data sources. SQL Server 2025 isn't just adding a feature here. It's laying the groundwork for developers to build much smarter, context-aware applications directly on top of their existing database infrastructure, reducing latency and complexity. It's a foundational shift. Next up, something that developers working with modern application patterns will absolutely love: true native JSON data type and, crucially, optimized indexing for it. For years, SQL Server has had JSON functions allowing you to parse and query JSON stored as strings, which was workable but not always the most performant or elegant solution, especially for complex, nested JSON structures. SQL Server 2025 is introducing a proper binary JSON type. This means JSON documents are no longer just text blobs, they're stored in an optimized binary format, which can lead to significant performance improvements for both storage and, more importantly, querying. The real magic here isn't just the storage format, but the enhanced indexing capabilities that come with it. We're talking about being able to create indexes on specific paths within your JSON documents, making queries that filter or extract data from deep within hierarchical JSON much faster. Imagine you're dealing with product catalogs, user profiles, or sensor data often represented in JSON. Previously, pulling out specific attributes might have involved full document scans or complex workarounds. Now, with native support and proper indexing, these operations become far more efficient, almost like querying regular relational columns. This makes SQL Server a much more viable and performant option for applications that heavily rely on JSON, simplifying development and boosting speed. Alright, let's talk about a feature that brings some serious string manipulation power directly into TSQL native regular expression or regex support. For anyone who's had to do complex pattern matching, data validation, or text extraction within SQL Server, you know the pain. Historically, you'd often have to resort to CLR functions, which can be a bit of a hassle to manage and deploy, or try to contort like patterns with wildcards, which have their limits. SQL Server 2025 is finally bringing first-class regex functions like regexp_, regexp_replace, regexp_substring, and regexp_count right into the TSQL language. This is a game changer for data cleaning, transformation, and complex search scenarios. Imagine you need to validate email addresses, extract specific codes from unstructured text fields, or find all instances of a certain pattern within a large dataset. With native regex, you can now do this directly and efficiently within your queries. No more jumping through hoops or relying on less powerful string functions. This not only simplifies your TSQL code, making it more readable and maintainable, but it also leverages the database engine's power to perform these operations closer to the data. It's about giving developers a much more robust and standard toolset for text processing, which is increasingly important as we deal with more varied data sources. Chapter 4. Feature number 4. Optimized locking. Smoother sailing for concurrency. Now, for something that DBAs and anyone concerned with high concurrency performance will appreciate, optimized locking. Locking is essential in a relational database to ensure data consistency, but it can also be a source of contention, leading to blocking, reduced throughput, and sometimes even deadlocks. SQL Server 2025 introduces enhancements aimed at making the locking mechanisms more efficient and less obtrusive. The goal here is to reduce the overhead associated with acquiring and managing locks, especially in high-transaction environments. This means your applications can potentially handle more concurrent users and operations without hitting those frustrating performance bottlenecks. One of the key aspects seems to be a reduction in lock memory consumption. Fewer, lighter locks mean less system resource usage dedicated to managing them. Another significant improvement is in how SQL Server handles lock escalation. Lock escalation, where many fine-grained locks are converted into fewer, coarser-grained locks, can sometimes be too aggressive and reduce concurrency. The optimizations in SQL Server 2025 aim to make this process smarter, avoiding unnecessary escalations, and thereby allowing more granular access to data for longer periods. This translates to better application responsiveness, higher scalability, and a smoother overall experience, particularly for systems with many concurrent read and write operations. It's an under-the-hood improvement that can have a massive impact on stability and speed. Chapter 5. Feature number 5. Integration with Microsoft, Fabric, and Azure Arc, the connected database. Moving on, SQL Server. 2025 isn't just about what happens inside the database engine itself, it's also about how it connects to the broader data ecosystem, and that brings us to its tighter integration with Microsoft Fabric and Azure Arc. Microsoft Fabric, if you haven't dived into it yet, is Microsoft's unified analytics platform that brings together everything from data engineering to data science and business intelligence. The integration with SQL Server 2025 aims to provide seamless, near-real-time analytics. Imagine your operational data in SQL Server flowing effortlessly into Fabric OneLake, ready for analysis in Power BI or processing in Spark without complex ETL jobs. This is about breaking down data silos. Then there's Azure Arc, which extends Azure management capabilities to infrastructure anywhere, on-premises, at the edge, or in other clouds. SQL Server 2025 enhances its Azure Arc-enabled capabilities, allowing for more consistent management, security, and governance of your SQL Server instances, regardless of where they're hosted. This means you can leverage Azure services like Microsoft Defender for Cloud, Azure Monitor, and Azure Policy across your entire SQL estate. So whether you're looking to build a modern data lakehouse with Fabric, or manage a hybrid and multi-cloud database environment with Arc, SQL Server 2025 is designed to be a much more cooperative and integrated player in that ecosystem. It's about flexibility and a unified view of your data. Chapter 6. Feature number 6. Improved security features. Fortifying your data. Security is always paramount, and SQL Server 2025 is doubling down with several improved security features. In today's threat landscape, you can never have too many layers of protection for your valuable data. Microsoft is continuing to enhance the platform's defenses, focusing on areas like advanced encryption, better credential management, and more robust compliance and auditing capabilities. These aren't just minor tweaks, they represent a concerted effort to address evolving security challenges and provide administrators with more granular control and stronger safeguards. For instance, we can expect to see enhancements to features like always encrypted or transparent data encryption, potentially with support for newer algorithms or more flexible key management options. Beyond encryption, better credential management is key. This could involve tighter integration with modern identity providers like Microsoft Entra ID, making it easier to implement strong authentication and authorization policies across your database environment. This is critical for moving away from less secure SQL logins where possible. Furthermore, SQL Server 2025 is expected to bolster its auditing features, providing more detailed logs and making it easier to track access changes and potential security events. This is crucial for meeting compliance requirements like GDPR, HIPAA, or SOX, and for enabling effective incident response. It's about building a database platform that you can trust with your most sensitive information, giving you the tools to protect it proactively. Everyone wants their queries to run faster, right? SQL Server 2025 continues to build on its Intelligent Query Processing, or IQP, family of features, and also brings improvements to column store indexes, all aimed at boosting your query performance often without needing any code changes. IQP is all about making the query optimizer smarter, allowing it to automatically adapt to your workload and fix common performance problems. With each new version, Microsoft adds more scenarios that IQP can handle, and SQL Server 2025 is no exception. We can expect refinements to existing IQP features and potentially new ones that address even more complex query patterns, leading to more stable and predictable performance. On the column store front, which is critical for analytics and data warehousing workloads, SQL Server 2025 is set to deliver further enhancements. This could mean improvements in segment elimination, batch mode execution, or even compression, all of which contribute to faster analytical queries over large data sets. The beauty of these improvements is that many of them just work out of the box. You upgrade to SQL Server 2025 and your existing queries might start running faster thanks to the smarter optimizer and more efficient data structures. It's a continuous effort by Microsoft to squeeze more performance out of the engine, making your data work harder and faster for you, which is always a welcome development. Chapter 8, Feature Number 8, SPI_invoke_external_REST_endpoint, SQL Server reaching out. This next one is super interesting for developers looking to integrate SQL Server more deeply with external services, the new stored procedure. In simple terms, this allows your TSQL code to make outbound HTTP REST calls directly from within the database engine. Think about the possibilities this unlocks. You can now have SQL Server interact with external APIs, microservices, or other web-based systems as part of your database logic, without needing to write complex CLR assemblies or rely on external middleware for simple integrations. This is a significant step towards making SQL Server a more active participant in modern distributed application architectures. Imagine scenarios where you need to enrich data in your database by calling an external data provider, trigger a workflow in a separate system when a certain data event occurs, or send notifications via a messaging service. You can build these kinds of integrations directly into your stored procedures or triggers. While you'll need to be mindful of security, performance implications, and transaction boundaries, having this capability natively within TSQL opens up a whole new world of possibilities for automating processes and connecting SQL Server to the wider digital ecosystem. It's about extending the reach of your database logic beyond its traditional boundaries, making it more versatile. Chapter 9, Feature Number 9, Change Event Streaming, Real-Time Insights Natively. Keeping up with data changes in real time is crucial for many modern applications, from real-time analytics dashboards to event-driven architectures and data synchronization. SQL Server 2025 is introducing native change event streaming, which sounds like a powerful evolution of or alternative to traditional change data capture, or CDC. While CDC has been around and is very useful, setting it up and consuming the change stream can sometimes involve a bit of overhead. Native change event streaming aims to provide a more streamlined, efficient, and perhaps more easily consumable way to get a continuous feed of data modifications as they happen in your database. This capability is incredibly valuable for building systems that need to react instantly to data changes. For example, you could feed this stream directly into an analytics platform like Microsoft Fabric for live dashboards, push updates to downstream microservices that need to stay in sync, or populate a real-time cache. By providing this natively, SQL Server 2025 can offer better performance and tighter integration compared to external solutions. It reduces the complexity of building reactive systems and ensures that you're working with the freshest possible data. This is a big deal for organizations that are increasingly relying on real-time information to make decisions or power their applications. Chapter 10. Feature number 10, Copilot integration in SSMS, your AI coding assistant. And finally, rounding out our top 10 is something that will directly impact the day-to-day lives of SQL developers and DBA's deeper Copilot integration within SQL Server Management Studio, or SSMS. We've seen Copilot transforming how developers write code in various languages, and now it's bringing its AI-powered assistance more robustly to the world of SQL. Imagine writing complex queries, optimizing performance, or even just learning new TSQL syntax with an intelligent assistant right there in your IDE. That's the promise of Copilot in SSMS for SQL Server 2025. This goes beyond simple autocomplete. It's about contextual understanding and intelligent suggestions. This integration aims to streamline SQL development significantly. Copilot can help you generate TSQL from natural language descriptions. So you could type "Show me all customers in California who ordered product X last month" and get a well-formed query. It can also offer real-time suggestions for completing your code, help refactor existing queries for better performance or readability, and even explain complex TSQL code snippets. For both seasoned professionals looking to boost productivity and newcomers trying to get up to speed, this AI assistance can be a massive boon. It's about making SQL development faster, more efficient, and potentially even more accessible, which is a fantastic way to cap off these enhancements. Outro wrapping up the next era of SQL Server. So, there you have it. A whirlwind tour of what I believe are the top 10 groundbreaking features coming in SQL Server 2025. From the deep integration of AI with vector search and RAG capabilities, to native JSON support, powerful regex in TSQL, and even Copilot assistance in SSMS, it's clear that Microsoft is pushing the boundaries of what a relational database platform can be. These aren't just incremental updates. Many of these features represent significant architectural shifts and open up entirely new possibilities for developers and data professionals. The focus on performance, security, and connectivity with platforms like Fabric and Arc further solidifies its position. The common thread through many of these enhancements is intelligence and integration. SQL Server is becoming smarter, more aware of the data it manages, and better connected to the tools and services that surround it. These features collectively position SQL Server 2025 as a powerful and modern database platform, particularly with its strong emphasis on integrating AI capabilities directly into the database engine. Stay tuned for more updates as we get closer to the general availability release. It's an exciting time to be working with data, and SQL Server 2025 is definitely shaping up to be a key player in this evolving landscape. Of course, this is all based on the public preview, and things can evolve as we approach the general availability. But the direction is clear. SQL Server is embracing the future, and that future is increasingly AI-driven, interconnected, and developer-friendly. I'm really looking forward to seeing how these features mature and how the community starts leveraging them to build a new generation of applications. What features are you most excited about? Let me know down in the comments. If you found this useful, a like would be awesome, and subscribe for more deep dives into tech. Until next time, peace.